So apparently there is a difference between a beat maker and a music producer. Now we're catching up with Arafat today just to find out, what is the difference between a beat maker and a music producer, and also what he is. Arafat, how are you?
Everything has been perfect. Everything has been very smooth. I've been extremely vivaciously, incredibly, very busy in studio.
Vivaciously?
Vivaciously. You know the word vivaciously?
No, I don't.
It's okay, forgive yourself. But then I've been in studio. I've been very busy. Coming up with new stuff. I'm actually working on my album currently right now. So so far everything looks good.
An Arafat album?
An Arapiano album. Let's make it clear, an Arapiano, not Amapiano, Arapiano.
Oh, is that like a new thing?
It's a new thing that I'm introducing to Nambimbi.
Okay, so what's the difference between a beat producer, beat maker, and a music producer, and what are you?
Man, beat maker, I would rather beat maker, not a beat producer. A producer can be vast, it can be broad. Like a producer doesn't have to be also sometimes be a person sitting there making the actual beat. Now, a producer can be somebody who will get a bass guitar player, a guitar player, a keyboard player, a producer, who the one sitting, the engineer, whatever, and put them together in one room to come up with a piece of a song or of a beat. Yeah, that's a producer basically. But just in Namibia, we have it the other way around. You understand? So most the person who makes the beat, we normally call them the beat maker, the one that makes the beat. So not really a producer is more broad, because that involves again singers, it involves whatever background vocal, whatever, that you bring them together to come record in a studio.
So where did it all start for you? Where did it begin?
I started off 1995 playing in church, keyboard. And the whole passion is that's actually where everything started growing. Like for me, just to, because I started off from a keyboard player to a worship team leader. I was a worship team leader, and then I used to compose songs and stuff like that. So, but then up until I came to a point where I really wanted to sit in a studio, and apart from just producing songs and just singing in the church, I wanted them to be recorded. And that's actually where I met Pastor Goro, understand, at Jesus Center. And I worked for the GLM, Greater Love Ministries studios. And then he's actually the one that actually coached me through the whole process of studio, him and Beam and the Lukoki. Okay. So up until I came to the level that I am right now.
I mean, you started from church and now we are going all the way to Arapiano, you say?
Yeah, so basically I can make a song about anything. So as long as it just doesn't affect the public negatively. Okay. I love what I do. I wake up to what I love. I go to sleep after doing what I love, and I dream what I love. This is music. Music is who I am. It's been always me from the school days, and all my classmates can actually testify to it because they know how musical I was from school days up until now. Okay.
What would you say is one of your best songs that you've produced so far?
One thing you must understand, I'm too arrogant and too cocky to have a tag. I don't like tags.
Okay.
I love my work to speak for itself. I'm not that desperate and hungry for people to know that Arafat produced that. I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. I've produced a lot of songs that have made an impact in the country, political arena, from the church arena, from the clubs arena, from whichever angle, even cultural arena. I've made songs all over. It is very difficult to say a specific song because I've made songs with PTK, I've made songs with Tadabuti, I've made songs with Lady May, Blossom, Confirma Come is that was my production. Hetapate is it's just one of my productions. Mazanga is just, the list can go on. The catalog is too big.
So what would you say is the most emotional song that you produced?
The most emotional song that I've produced, I think, is Okashushu. Okashushu Okawa.
Oh, the one by Dice?
No, it's not the remix.
There's a remix?
There's a remix, yeah. That's on my album. My very first album that I did. That was the same period of time that my grandmother passed on. Every time I hear that song, I'll always think of my grandmother.
What can you expect from the album, apart from Arapiano? Who are you working with on the album and all that?
I'm working with different people. I've got Maranatha on the album, I've got Tequila on the album. I'm going to be working with KPLS. I've got Snare C on the album. Oh, Snare C is awesome. I got S-Man on board. I got Dice on. The list goes on. Bro, it's almost like the whole industry is in my hand. All the artists you can mention. I'll be having Swasis next week on my album. So my album is going to be the ish.
So what can we expect from you this year, 2022, apart from, the album that you're producing?
A lot of focus.
Yeah.
I'm getting back on stage, definitely. You guys will be seeing me a lot in performances. That's one of the. I just missed the thrill of being at shows again.
Okay.
Yeah, that will happen.
Awesome. Before we listen to what you have for us, what are your final words?
My final words. Make now God number one. That's very important. keep God number one. That's another important thing again. Avoid drugs and alcohol. It doesn't pay. It makes you lose focus, guys. It really makes you lose. If you really want to go for a defined life, you know, avoid those things, that lifestyle, and then choose your friends very wisely. Understand, whether you want or not, there are snakes out there, and there will be people who are necessarily not interested in you. They're interested in what you can do for them. So you really, really need to have a discernment attitude, or rather maybe mentality around you. You just need to know your circle very well and choose your. And then alcohol and drugs doesn't pay off, guys. I feel like most creative now that I've been sober for the past year and a half now, and it's working for me really well. And I feel myself, and I feel like I'm coming back with vengeance. And I'm actually not coming back, I'm back. With vengeance.
An Arapiano.
An Arapiano.
Let's listen to the Arapiano.
You shall listen to it and you will dance to it.
Awesome. That was Arafat catching up with us. But for now, let's check out what he has in store for us. He calls it Arapiano. Well, let's hear what that is all about.